All right, welcome back to Prestige Motorsports. Today we're going to talk about our Marine Series Big Block Chevrolet. All right, so this one just happens to be kind of our entry-level series Marine Big Block. That's going to be a 489 cubic inch, so we do these in a 489 to 496, utilizing a factory production block. So starting from the bottom, basically, this has got a 4340 crank from Eagle, along with H-beam rods, ARP 2000 bolts, and then we're running a SRP or J&E series forged piston. So it's got a good robust rotating assembly. All of our marine stuff's always going to be all forged down in the bottom end with good rod bolts in it. And then as you can see, we've got our custom aluminum marine pan. On that side of the motor, it's basically got a kick out, which is called a power pouch. Now that pan can only be used in certain applications. Some of your traditional marine stuff that's going to use a seawater pump, then we have to use a different pan. We usually use a KE pan, but nonetheless this one's utilizing the all aluminum one from Steph's. Very, very nice design. Spent a lot of time R&D'ing that pan for oil control and capacity. We've got an Innovator's West balancer on the front, as you see. That's a viscous clutch style balancer. We really, really like these because it's a really good balancer, but it's also billet aluminum, CNC engraved timing marks. So it's never going to rust on you. It will always look good like you see it here. Of course, good solid aluminum timing covers, no cheap tin stuff. These are going to include a hydraulic roller camshaft as well as a hydraulic roller lifter. These are a drop-in style lifter which utilizes a dog bone. We prefer that method in the big block versus a tie bar if we can do it. You'll see that in a lot of combinations, and we'll get into other details of why we prefer a drop-in lifter over the tie bar design. So moving on up, this one's actually utilizing a trick flow head. We pretty much use a little bit of everybody's trick flow, AFR. We have our own brand of cylinder heads. This one's the oval port design for the big block, and that works really well with the dual plane intake manifold. This one happens to be carbureted. We do, of course, offer them an EFI, but it is a carbureted application that's going to promote really, really good low-end torque numbers. This has got a Scorpion style rocker arm. It's a billet aluminum full roller rocker. And then this is using the KE valve covers. So this has an adapter plate, as you see here, that bolts down, and then the cover has an O-ring all the way around the exterior side of it. And the reason for that is they've got two little wing nuts, and so that way you can pull the cover off and you don't have to get in between this manifold to take the cover off. So very, very nice design. It's got the forward upright breathers. There's baffles inside of there to keep it from spilling any kind of oil out. They're just a really, really nice design, and it allows you, if you need to do any valve train maintenance, any valve train adjustments, you can do that really, really easy with the manifolds on. Lots of other applications, you got to take the manifolds off in order to do maintenance to the valve train. So that's a really, really nice key thing to point out there. Use a lot of IMCO as well as some other stainless marine exhaust. These IMCO power flows are an extremely nice manifold design, fully jacketed around all the exhaust ports so you don't burn between two cylinders. Very, very nice setup. They got a really nice black powder coating so it resists, tarnishing and that sort of thing. And then moving up, it's got their stainless riser. And in between there, you'll notice on both sides, it's got a wedge block. So this wedge block could be used for a few different reasons. You might need to camp the exhaust down to hit the transom exit, but also the biggest reason is going to be the O2 sensor. So although this is carbureted, we strongly suggest running an oxygen sensor, even if it's just temporary, to make sure that you tune it correctly in the marine application. So when we sell you this wedge block with the sensor, we're also going to have this gauge. Again, you could put this in your gauge cluster and leave it there, which would probably be recommended. But if you do not want to, just temporarily install this until you've got the tune-up where you want it, and then basically just remove it from the system. You can remove the wedge block as well. So nice little feature. This one is also, being as it's carbureted, It's got a Marine Pro Billet distributor, custom wires and looms that are all loomed underneath the manifolds here. This is more or less a drop-in ready package, would include the MSD box, the coil. The only thing that we're lacking on the front of this particular application is the front dress. So this will change depending on whether it's a jet boat or V-drive or several other applications. So we cover a lot of those, but this is just a good highlight of this package and for what it's going into. Look forward to more videos to come on our Marine Series engine line. Thanks for watching.